for joining for our first in-person meeting in a long time. So thank you very, very much for being with us tonight. And I wanted to say, again, thank you to staff for getting this together so that we can be in person tonight. I really do appreciate it. So I will begin the meeting. Today is Monday, August 28th, 2023. The time now is 6:03, and I will call to order this regular meeting of the Town of Mead Board of Trustees. In accordance with the town's remote participation and remote meeting policy adopted by the Board of Trustees on March 13th, 2023, by resolution number 21-R-2023, remote participation will be allowed. The meeting link has been provided on the town's website, designated post in place 24 hours prior to this meeting. I'd like to remind everyone present, both in person and virtually, of the town's general guidelines for public comment at open meetings and public hearings. Copies of the guidelines are available online and at the entry table. There are 2 public comment opportunities on the agenda for you to address the board on any subject, whether it is on the agenda tonight. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. And Mary, roll call, please.
Mayor Whitlow. Here. Mayor Pro Tem Cartwright.
Here.
Trustee Adams.
Here.
Trustee Broadhead.
Here.
Trustee Harris.
Here.
Trustee Parr.
Here.
Trustee Schranz.
Here.
Mayor Whitlow, today is Monday, August 28th, 2023, and you do have a quorum.
Thank you very much. Please join me in a moment of silence to remember all who we have lost to suicide and their families and friends. Thank you very much for your time. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
This is review and approve agenda. The town clerk has been advised that the special event permit for the Mead Area Chamber of Commerce has been administratively approved. Therefore, we will remove the item from 10A from the agenda. And are there any other changes to the agenda this evening? Okay, may I have a motion to approve the agenda as amended?
I'll move to approve the agenda as amended.
Thank you very much. Any discussion? Roll call, please, Mary.
Trustee Parr.
Yes.
Trustee Schranz.
Yes.
Trustee Harris.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Cartwright.
Yes.
Trustee Adams
Yes.
and Trustee Broadhead.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you very much. Motion carries. We have an agenda for this evening. Next is our staff report by our town manager. Ma'am, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mayor. Trustees. You have a report. There are a couple of items I'd like to accentuate. First of all, don't forget about Community Day. We're relying on you for that. It looks like a really fun day. Also, this Saturday is Coffee with the Mayor. It's Labor Day weekend, but the mayor insisted on continuing. I believe she's going in the Broadway to State Association. Yes. Also, the last meet is scheduled for this summer on Tuesday over at Liberty Ranch at 6 o'clock. So this will be the last opportunity for residents to meet with the board in that venue. I also just wanted to mention a couple of public works things that are issues. If you've noticed, there's been some work over at Newtown Center. They are working on this. They have been working with us and Safeguard when they have all the necessary permits. They continue to work with us to get closer to finishing the building. So just questions often come up about Newtown Center. Also, if you've been really by Quick Trip, They may have higher drive under construction, so that means it's basically closed. You can pull in, maybe turn if there's a shoe fly to get around it if you need to go to the parking lot. But just so you know, that's all part of the construction that they have to get done to get their final CO. I did speak with Michael, their agent last week. And it looks like things are on track for November. We will be scheduling the ribbon cutting in as we get closer to it. So that's going really well. And then finally, I did ask Minnie Wurst, who is our payment management manager. First of all, just wanted to give a shout out to him, who's been with us almost a year now. He has really been, it's kind of been trial by fire. A lot of angry people. The upsides and the downsides of the sales tax that funds roads is the work that you have to do. And he has had to really be the brunt of it. He's here late. It's really hard because he has to babysit, if you will, the contractors, and then he has to fend off people who don't understand or they're angry about something that may interfere with their day. So again, I was really thinking about when we started the infrastructure project, but this is equally as invasive and it can be a problem. You know, I was going to ask him if he could just come up and introduce himself to you all and mention what horrors lie within in the next week or so. Thanks, Manny.
We have to turn this on. Okay. So my name is Manny Windhorst. I've been here since January. I've done this kind of work for almost 30 years now, so I'm no stranger to angry citizens and messes, but it is new for me redoing the roadways, and it does present some challenges because what they did back in the day was just kind of, they did whatever they wanted, you know, but now we're doing it by the rules. And it can be very invasive. You go into a neighborhood and tear out all the streets and then it rains, it can make it difficult. But it works fine as long as you have lots of communication. And I just overdo the communication between flyers and making sure I'm available and talking to the citizens and being right there. In Hunter's Ridge, I had somebody that was not pleased, and she's calling me on the phone and said, "Is that you out there?" I'm like, "Yeah." And she came right out and she's fine, you know. Not that it's very easy, but it still does work. We just redid do a quote over the weekend. We did it on Friday and Saturday and got moving, messed us up a little bit. There's a tiny portion of not done, but all the business owners are really happy with what we did. It was an inconvenience, but yeah, as this progresses, you know, it can be inconvenient, but the town will be in a lot better shape. So I'm super excited to be doing it because I also live here. So yeah, but yeah, thank you.
And if you have questions that come up, he avails himself. Erica does, I do. But he is really the man in the street. He's in charge of this, and we are so lucky to have him. He's just doing a fantastic job. And it's a day. He can do projects the right way with the right traffic control, the right treatments. Sometimes they get in there and they do exploratory surgery and they find things are worse, like we found in Western Meadows, you know, last year. So you just have to bear with it and try to communicate. He will be back as soon as things slow down, and he's going to kind of go through just some of the treatments and rules and how we figure out our roads. And we've talked about it before. It's not always a basic equation. Sometimes there's other things that come into play. So I just wanted to put a face to this, especially if you get calls, so you will know him as well. Other than that, that's my report, and I'm here to answer any questions.
Questions or comments for Helen? Okay. Trustee Adams, do you have any questions or comments for Helen tonight?
No, I do not. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for being with us. All right, thank you for your report tonight. Thank you, Manny, for being here. All right, we'll move on to our informational items tonight. The first one, we will begin with our United Power Community Affairs Representative, Mr. Bill Meyer. Thank you, sir, very much, and Ursula Morgan, another board member, for being here tonight with us in person.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Woodlow. Trustees, staff, and guests.
Ursula Morgan, and I are here tonight to present to the town of Mead the 2023 capital credit check. I had the occasion just last Wednesday to be at the school board meeting where I presented that check to Dr. Haddad and the school board. Even before that, Ursula and I spent a Saturday at the Boulder County Fair where we bought, I don't know how many.
It was 15 at least.
From the town, students from the town meet at in 4-H program at the Boulder County livestock sale. And that is always a delightful way to celebrate our youth and support them as well. So we're very happy to do that. And on homecoming parade night, the 8th, I'll be commanding a United Power truck in the parade, and probably Lisa and I will be downtown. She's saying,
I'm out of town.
we're a beautiful community today. So we're here because we are a cooperative and we honor our ability and our welcoming to be in the town meeting to serve both the town and its residents electricity. We remind you that we are a not-for-profit cooperative. And as such, at the end of the year or somewhere in January, Ursula and her fellow board members are even gather around and review books and determine whether or not there is sufficient money in the sense of a profit to return back to our members. And Ursula may expand upon this, but this year they determined that we could present back $4.5 million, $4.5 million. And of that amount, the town of Mead will receive $2,058. And before I present that check, Ursula, would you like to say anything?
Most of us know what the capital credit check is, so I'm not going to belabor that. What I am going to do is speak a little bit about vegetation management. With all the wildfires and all of the tragedies that have happened lately, I just want to point out that some of your grow zones are under power lines, and to have long rains right now, they're still kind of good because we've had a lot of rain. And as soon as they dry out, that's tinder. And if we get any sparking, if we have tinder under there, so I would ask that maybe you look up. I mentioned this to Colleen. There's a nice new tree planted right underneath the power lines over at Founders Park. You know, the guys did a really good job of looking at the street, the traffic and all of that. They just didn't do this. So that tree is going to look really funny come 2 years from now. So we probably need to get that tree out of there. You know, because I live here, I see it in the creek. When I pull out, I see that zone and radars go off on me because, you know, one of our jobs as a trustee or board, board of directors is to mitigate risk. And to me, that's a high risk, especially when you look at what happened in Maui just recently. And then that doesn't include the Marshall Fire, where all those grow zones allowed the fire to come into the neighborhoods. So I would just say, you know, look at your vegetation management and be very proactive to help us keep the fire risk down. So, because we did have a fire out here a month ago, just east of town, when lightning struck a power line and it went down and it caught on fire. Luckily, the farmers out there had mowed their, irrigation ditch, so the fire didn't spread and it was out pretty quickly. So, I mean, it is a high risk. So, thank you for indulging me on talking about that high risk thing right now. Thank you.
All right.
Mayor, I'd like to present this check to you.
Thank you. Thank you, Ursula. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. All right, our next informational item is from our Chief of Police, Newbanks, and he will give us an update on our wonderful department. Thank you, sir, for being here.
Thank you, trustees. Pleasure to be with this evening. I have a couple of things. First of all, we are planning a Citizens Academy this fall. Right here in this very room.
It's every Wednesday evening from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. It'll start September 27th through November 1st. I think it skips one Wednesday in the middle of the 18th. Like the Seasons Academy will present a wide range of training subjects condensed from the standard training curriculum of police officers. Academy graduates will find a new connection with officers and enhanced ability to help reduce criminal activity in the neighborhood and the confidence to report crimes to the police. Some topics include police training, taser simulator, defensive tactics and firearms will be covered, investigations, patrol operations, school resource officers, SWAT, and crash team, just to name a few. We've already received several inquiries from people who are interested in attending. If anyone is interested, can get more information on our webpage by clicking the Citizens Academy button on the left side of the page. And sign up to be contacted for application and qualification screening. We encourage anyone who's interested to apply. And we also have an award to give this evening. During the evening hours of May 26, 2022, the County Sheriff's Office attempted to arrest a wanted fugitive in Loveland. A pursuit ensued between the suspect and one of the County Sheriff's deputies. During the course of the pursuit, the wanted suspect began firing a handgun at pursuing deputies. The vehicle pursuit terminated on I-25 in Mead, 38. The armed suspect fled from deputies and entered the town on foot. The suspect posed an imminent threat to public and law enforcement in the area. The suspect eventually fled into an agricultural area southeast of the frontage road and County Road 38. Sergeant Holman responded swiftly and directly to the scene. When assistance was requested by surrounding agencies to assist in the apprehension of the armed and dangerous fugitive. Sergeant Holman arrived in the area of Road County Road 38 just east of the frontage road and observed the fugitive still armed with a firearm. Sergeant Holman quickly analyzed the situation, coordinated resources, and established a perimeter to contain the wanted suspect. Sergeant Holman exposed himself to the risk of suspect gunfire and utilized his agency issued patrol rifle to protect Lambert County deputies arriving at the scene. Sergeant Holman displayed command and control by coordinating the closure of roads and directing civilian traffic. Staging of medical personnel in the proximity. Sergeant Holman displayed calm in the face of danger. Sergeant Holman observed civilian traffic that was not stopping as anticipated, therefore putting the risk of those civilians' lives due to the suspect's reckless shooting. Sergeant Holman once again exposed himself to the risk of suspect gunfire by stopping incoming traffic and redirecting them to a safe location. The wanted fugitive discharged his firearm and was ordered to surrender. An officer involved shooting occurred, and suspect was struck by gunfire. Sergeant Holman realized the suspect had been struck by the gunfire and was under a threat. He immediately summoned for medical personnel to come to the scene. Sergeant Holman directly supervised the deployment of a team containing medical professionals to attend to the suspect. Once the suspect was being attended to for his injuries, Sergeant Holman conducted post-shooting checks with the Lambert County deputies to ensure that none were injured. Sergeant Holman conducted himself in an exemplary manner and displayed exceptional courage while serving a duty of great responsibility and importance during this critical incident. Sergeant Holman is enthusiastically recommended for the Mead Police Department Medal of Gallantry. The Medal of Gallantry is reserved for employees who conduct themselves in an exemplary manner, displaying exceptional courage and demeanor while serving in a duty of great responsibility and importance during a critical incident. And I have a pin that designates this honor. I would like Sergeant Holman to please come forward and receive this certificate. You might have noticed that this occurred a while ago, May 26th of 2022. Sometimes as administrative staff, we try to pay attention and catch these things as they come up. In this case, there was a certain officer that works for this sergeant that wasn't about to let that go and make sure that this happened tonight. So I think there's not much greater honor than one of the people that works for you. Make sure that you get recognized for something that you did. So job well done, Sergeant. Thank you. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Chief, and congratulations to Sergeant Cole. Thank you very much. Thank you for all you guys do, keeping us safe every day. Next is our proclamation for tonight, in September Suicide Awareness Month, and I have Miss Heather Armstrong with North Range Behavioral Health is with us tonight, and she is the program coordinator for the Crisis Resiliency Center. Ms. Armstrong would like to say a few words about this important subject. Thank you so much for coming tonight. We do appreciate it.
Thank you for having a moment of silence. That touched my heart. I've been working on suicide prevention for about 15 years. So it is close to my heart. I'm embarrassed to say I grew up in Fort Collins and I always thought Mead was on the other side of I-25. So I apologize to everybody, but it's great out here. I really like it. Yes, I'm the program coordinator of the Crisis Resiliency Center. That's a mouthful. We're located on Majestic Street in Frederick. I've been for about 8 years, and the goal is to have the center open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We just were able to extend our hours. We're now open from 8 a.m. to midnight, and we'll keep working until we get full coverage, because as you know, crises can't be scheduled. So we work very hard to be open, meet the clients where they're at. It is a walk-in facility, and our goal is to prevent hospitalizations. In my experience working in the field, when clients go to the hospital, they don't get the best experience, and I believe they're not cared for very well. So I've always had kind of a passion in this preventive work. Thank you so much for Mead, for supporting us. Great to have the police officers, and we should just hire a new co-responder. So we're excited about that. So thank you very much for honoring us and honoring what's a difficult conversation. Thank you.
Thanks, Ms. Armstrong, for being here tonight. We appreciate it very much. I've asked Trustee Broadhead to read the proclamation tonight.
Okay, is that on? Oh, now I am. Can you guys hear me? Okay. Proclamation declaring September 2023 Suicide Awareness and Prevention Month. Whereas suicide is a complex issue that can affect anyone regardless of age, gender, race, orientation, income level, or background, and whereas over 48,000 deaths annually are attributed to suicide, with suicide rates in Colorado ranking 6th nationally, and 66 lives lost to suicide in Will County during 2022. And whereas being a trusted person to turn to when someone is feeling isolated or hopeless is one of the most important things we can do to prevent suicide. And whereas actively challenging stigma around mental health and building skills that increase the likelihood of someone feeling safe to open up without fear of shame or judgment is the first step. And because of their collaboration, prevention, and education efforts of North Range Suicide Education and Support Services, SESS, Imagine Zero, Will County, numerous survivors and community partners hope exists in need. And whereas North Range Behavioral Health Suicide Education and Support Services program supports those who have lost someone to suicide and provides education to Mead residents that help build critical suicide prevention skills. And whereas September is recognized as National Suicide Awareness and Prevention Month with the goal of promoting awareness surrounding suicide prevention resources and support available to us in our community. And whereas we encourage all residents to learn how to talk about mental health, research suicide prevention resources available nationally and throughout Will County. Check in on the well-being of your family, friends, and neighbors, and share genuine appreciation for the people in your life by any gesture you deem appropriate. Now therefore, the Town of Mead Board of Trustees do hereby proclaim September 23rd, 2023 as Suicide Awareness and Prevention Month in Mead, Colorado, and call upon the citizens, government agencies, public and private institutions, businesses and schools to recommit our community to increasing awareness and understanding of behavioral health and the need for appropriate and accessible services for all students. Given under the hand and seal of the Town of Mead, Colorado, on this 20th day of August 2023, Colleen Whitlow, Mayor.
Thank you, Deb. Thanks very much for reading it. Is there a motion to approve the signing of this proclamation tonight?
I move to approve the signing of the proclamation.
I'll second.
Thank you very much. Roll call, please, Mary.
Trustee Adams,
Yes.
trustee Harris,
Yes.
trustee Broadhead,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Cartwright,
Yes.
trustee Trans,
Yes.
trustee Farr,
Yes.
Mayor.
Yes. Thank you very much. The motion carries. Thank you, Ms. Armstrong, for being here. Thank you very much for reading the proclamation. All right, move on to our first public comment period of the night. The board welcomes public comment for any item, whether it is on the agenda or not. The board will listen to your comments and take them into consideration. If you desire a conversation, please email the board or town manager or attend a monthly coffee with the mayor. If you wish to speak during the public comment period, please adhere to the town's general guidelines. Please start by stating your full name and address for the record. Each speaker will have 3 minutes to address the board of trustees. If you are representing a group, you will have 5 minutes. Is there anyone here that would like to speak to the board tonight?
I'd like to. Comments that tells me already that I'm speaking. My name is Jay Stout. This is my wife Susan. We're with the Mead Area Chamber of Commerce. 1514 Crestwood Circle in Longmont, if that's pertinent. I want to announce and let you guys know, I think you probably know about Saturday, September 2nd, we have partnered with the Mercantile, the Merc that was 66 to host a fish fry out at Highlands Lake. So we would like to invite each and every one of you to come. If any of you have ever eaten at the Mark, you know that they know how to cook, put on a good feast. So it's going to be great food. We'll have a beer garden, have some fun, enjoy great weather. At least that's what I'm told so far. And we'll hope that that continues. So we're excited to share that opportunity, and thank you guys for all your support and help, and happy to answer any questions if you have any.
Jay, what time does it start?
Oh, that'd be pertinent. We'll know 10 to 2.
Starts at 10.
All right.
10 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Thank you very much, sir. Is there anyone else that would like to address the board tonight? Is there anybody with us virtually that would like to speak to the board tonight? Okay, we'll move on. I just can't believe we're seeing faces tonight, so it's so encouraging to see everyone, so thank you very much. We'll move on to our consent agenda tonight. We welcome, this is an agenda item that is all done with one vote. Is there a motion to approve the consent agenda tonight? I'll move to approve the consent agenda. Second.
I'll second.
Thank you very much. Sorry, this is our brand new system tonight, so you have to bear with us on our speaker system up here. So thank you. Roll call, please, Mary.
Trustee Broadhead,
Yes.
trustee Harris,
Yes.
trustee Farr,
Yes.
trustee Trans,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Cartwright,
Yes.
trustee Adams,
Yes.
Mayor Whitlow.
Yes. Thank you very much, and thank you for the staff and motion carries for this and all of the hard work that you guys have brought this to us tonight. We don't have any further business tonight, so this brings us to our second regular public comment period. You do have that second opportunity to come to the podium or raise your hand virtually, so we welcome your thoughts and your comments. Okay, seeing none, we'll move on to our elected official reports, and the town trustees would like to report on anything. Okay, all right, I just wanted to reiterate the copy with the mayor. Mary makes the best coffee in the town of Mead, so come on, right? And I will be leaving shortly out, I won't be there for the whole time. I have to run to Pueblo for Mayor's Day at the Colorado State Fair, so I will probably be leaving around 9:15. So with that, I just want to make sure that everybody knows that we will have a short mayor with copy with the mayor this coming up. So with that, do we have a motion to adjourn?
Second.
Roll call, please. Trustee Harris. Yes. Trustee Broadhead.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Cartwright.
Yes.
Trustee Adams.
Yes.
Trustee Shranz.
Yes.
Trustee Parr.
Yes.
Mayor Whitlow. Yes. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. The August 28th, 2023 regular meeting of the Board of Trustees is now adjourned at 6:34. Please go home safely, and thank you again for being here with us tonight. Thank you, Trustee Adams, for being with us during your work time. I appreciate it. Okay, with that, we will turn the.
I want to, before we leave, I want to update, okay, so you're turning it on when you're.
Let me turn the recordings off.
But what are we supposed to do? I just want to make sure that I know.